Alright, and we're back. I'm at the exact same point where I stopped the video. My controller is now plugged in and working, which is generally a pretty good idea for when you're playing a game like this, which requires you to be on it 100% of the time, pretty much. So yes, just gonna redo these 3 enemies. Oh, he wasn't quite dead. Basically, there are 2 respawning enemies. So, sorry, 2 non-respawning enemies in this area right now. I'm going to try and tend them out one by one. There's this guy here, who is a lot less powerful than he looks. Well, he's sort of a glass cannon-y kind of character. I don't know if I can get the backstab on him, but I'm going to try. Not working, is it? Come on. Don't know what you're doing standing around looking the... Ah, there we go. Damn it. Didn't manage to interrupt the Estus animation. Although it's interesting that playing Bloodborne has given me feels like it's sort of given me the license to do a more dodging orientated playstyle in Dark Souls. It feels sort of like it's been patched to make it more like Bloodborne, but it obviously hasn't. It just was like that already. The second enemy is up here, and he's about to probably shoot me full of magic, I say. There we go. Basically, I've got to try and be careful that I don't get sort of sniped. There we go, get Firekeeper Soul. But yeah, as I said, the Firekeeper Souls can be used to upgrade your Estus. And just before I do any of the stuff up here, we're going to jump on this and see, it's like a little lift. And what I'm assuming is meant to be styled after a confessional. And this will take us back down to an area we've already been. Takes us to Firelink Shrine. Oh, there's a shiny thing up there for me to collect. I'll just see what that was. Oh, just another soul. So now that I'm here, I might as well... Should I talk to this guy? I'm a little bit
Hello, but I'm here. No.
not sure whether I should. Basically, he won't really do anything unless you join his covenant, I think.
Very well.
So just say yes for now. Just because I'm not in another covenant, and it doesn't really matter. It's not one that really has anything to do with anything. Basically, he's like part of a group of clerics, I think. But when you join, it allows you to obviously get these miracles, and I don't use miracles. However, I do get the shrug emote. Sorry, my mind's going in several different directions. So, obviously this leads us back to Firelink. Rest here and then get the full 10 Estus Swigs. What else do I need? Alright, so I'll go down here. And if I can... Reinforce Estus Flask. There we go. So I give the Firekeeper one of the other Firekeeper's souls, which now means that if you look in the bottom left, I have Estus Flask +1, which will strengthen each swig of the actual each swig of the flask, obviously. So was there anything else I wanted to do down here? Well, since I'm down here, I might as well reverse hollowing, although that is probably kind of a bad idea when I'm not so sure how I'm going to do. because I've got to kill that channeler, haven't I? The one who was sort of sniping at me before. So reverse hollowing. Of course, we've got to be careful now because this leaves me open to invasions from other players, and indeed the every sort of mechanic, be it the co-op and also the player versus player invasions, they can also sort of operate on like an NPC basis. So you can reach certain points and NPCs will invade your game, which is it's an interesting mechanic and I like it, and it's quite neat for people who don't have an online connection. And because I'm now human, I might as well take off that hood. So this is what I look like. Right. So as you can see, the guy who was there has not respawned because he's like a tougher enemy. But I think there's a Boulder Knight just here. There we go. There's also 3 Boulder Knights in the actual in amongst the pews. Oh. So let's see. That maneuver there, where the knight is holding the sword forward, that shows you that they're readying for a parry, or what riposte, or whatever it's called. I never know these terms. So let's wait for them to lower the sword, which is clipping through my shield, but whatever. If they keep. Looks like they're getting ready to use Estus. So let's move slowly forward because there's the channeler who we can see just on the left there. And then there's a lot of like really weak undead. But, as I said, a lot of them. Which makes it a bit of a... It's not so much difficult, it's more a case of making sure you don't... You don't make mistakes. So currently the channeler is... Oh no. Was sort of blocking the way. Let's see if we can kill some of these undead then in the meantime. And 2 more. And it seems... See the sort of like aura that they've got around them? That's the channeler making them stronger. I'm not sure if the channeler can actually resurrect them or anything like that, but that might actually explain why there's so many. Because I think this might be a little bit more than I'm used to. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's just in my head. Probably is. Right. So now we face the channeler themselves. Can I get a backstab in? It's always nice to get a backstab in, isn't it? But they're not too difficult. I think that's like their teleportation dance, but thankfully I interrupted it. Another Boulder Knight to the side here. This is a side area, you don't need to go here, but I want to. I think it sort of helps with the story. They seem to be doing that pose quite a lot at this point, at least compared to the earlier Boulder Knights we saw. Ah! One more hit and I'd probably be dead there. Thankfully, so far in this playthrough, I've not died to... There we go, Titanite Shard, so I can finally start upgrading my weapon. I don't think there's any more enemies. So I just go up here and speak to the guy in the cell.
Human, are you? Then I am in luck. Could you help me? As you can see, I am stuck without recourse.
And then, of course, I've got the mystery key, which I picked up in that area where I was getting ambushed by the hollows before.
I am Knight Lautrec of Carim. I truly appreciate this, and I guarantee a reward. Only later. Yes, very sorry. Your reward will have to wait. I've just been freed. Allow me some time.
Okay. So because of this, I'm now also in human form. It would probably be ideal for me to go straight to the boss of the area. I think there's like a little thing here, maybe a soul. Yeah, another soul. So this is where I'm going to show off the co-op mechanics for the first time. But it's not with... Well, it might be with another player if there's one hanging around. But it's probably more likely to just be Solaire. So see here, we can summon Solaire, who we saw before. But yeah, so we can summon Solaire, and it's neat, as I said, because you don't need to be online. However, with every player and phantom you do summon into your game, it will then lengthen the health bar of the boss. So there ahead of us is the bell tower for the first Bell of Awakening. So the Bell Gargoyle is actually a pretty easy boss, especially when you've summoned Solaire. The attacks are generally quite easy to avoid. You've got a fair amount of space to move around in. It's not like a Taurus demon. However, there is a twist which makes it a little bit more difficult. And you're probably going to see it. There we go. A second one appears. So we've got to try and kill this first one. Because it's easy with one, not so easy with two. But thankfully Solaire seems to be taking most of the hits for me for the time being, and I've just got to try and get away from that fire. Although it seems like Solaire's already nearly killed the second one for me. There we go. So this boss fight is it's almost got knocked off there for being careless. There we go. Easily done. So there we go. The Bell Gargoyle, or Bell Gargoyles as they are also known, is down. And then because Solaire is part of the Sunlight Covenant and he managed to survive, we got a Sunlight Medal from helping him. Of course, as you probably noticed, and I probably should have explained, to go into human form and also to kindle bonfires, you use Humanity, which is that number in the top left, which says 1 at the moment. You start off with 0. Sometimes you get them from Humanity from just randomly from killing enemies, and also you get it from what's generally referred to as hard humanity, like an item which you use and then it adds to your total. But it also, like having that number in the top left increase, also increases what they call item discoverability, which is basically drop rate. And so now we ring the first Bell of Awakening. So that's that. That's the first bell. The second bell will take a little bit longer. I'd say probably about double what it's taken us to get here. So this was like 3 bosses. So we just go back down. Conveniently can just slide our way down. And then we find this guy here.
I am Oswald of Carim, the partner. Thou art a friend. For thee, a warm welcome. Cometh thou to confess, or to accuse? For indeed all sin is my domain.
So basically, what this guy can do is absolve you of your sins. And what that really means is that if you aggro a merchant or any other kind of NPC, you can then repent and they will no longer attack you. So you can, if you accidentally hit the blacksmith, because it's quite easy to just accidentally hit hit R1 or R2, then you're able to sort of absolve yourself of that, and then continue as you were. So here, what I'm doing is I'm buying indictments. Now this will come into place later on in the game. Basically, what happens is when players invade and kill you, you can indict them. So this means is that there's a covenant later on in the game. I also quite like the way that Oswald reacts to what you buy. But yeah, you can use indictment. You can basically indict players, which means that a certain covenant, who are sort of like a holy faction, will then basically kind of chase people down who commit sins. And so that then it's kind of like, well, they're their problem now. And I like to stock up on the indictments because I really do not like. I'm not too fond of invaders. I generally don't invade players myself, but there's also another faction who do sort of like invasions that people are like say that they're okay with. Like you put a summon sign on the ground like you do for co-op, but only see, these are the 3 boulders I mentioned before. I'm mainly taking these guys on for the Titanite shards. That probably at least one of them's going to drop. Of course, I can just buy Titanite shards with souls. See, that's what's great, is that souls can be used as experience points. They can be used as currency. Oh, see, I couldn't get in to prevent the Estus. Oh no! It's not too bad because this is a place. I'm now standing in an area that's quite easy to get back to, and of course I've got the souls from the boss. Oh, this is just complacency that's hurting me now. Oh no. See, generally I try and take these guys on one by one. Let's see if I can get them with my fireball spell. Oh, I'm getting both of them at once, which is quite nifty. Let's see if I can do a jump slash to this guy. There we go. And dead. And now it's just one-on-one, which is much, much, much easier. And there we go. No Estus for you. And there's only one more boulder in this area. It doesn't seem like any of these have dropped Titanite shards so far. I think... Oh no. See, the problem is that even if you can't sort of necessarily cancel attacks, or if you can, I'm just not very good at it or noticing these things. This is the thing, is that a lot of people tend to be great at picking up mechanics, and I'm not. I'm just kind of oblivious, and I just pick things up over time. And there are things that this is essentially my 3rd full playthrough of Dark Souls. But there are basement key. There are things that I've I'm just trying to remember which bosses are optional, because this is the thing, is that there are some bosses that are sort of not optional but still skippable, if you get me. That, they're sort of like on the track of bosses you're supposed to fight. These aren't going to drop Titanite shards, are they? They might, so I'm going to kill them, and they're in my way, so I might as well. Or at least they're in the direction of where I'm wanting to go. So, here we go. I really wish they'd shut up. Oh, come on. I'm not doing too well at this point. I seem to have peaked early, as I am wont to be. I tend to sort of trail out the further I go into any play session of Dark Souls, which is why it's great to just play from time to time and then have a bit of a break and then come back later. Ah, there we go. That thing that happened there, that you might not have noticed, but it increased my Estus Swigs by 1, and there we get another one. So we just jump from 3 to 4. Basically, when a player in an area kindles a bonfire, every player who is active and sort of like standing in that area will then get an increase in Estus beyond their limits, in fact. So if I rested here and someone did another kindling, which they won't do, I might as well kindle because I've got an extra humanity there to increase the limits to 10. 10 Estus plus 1. There we go, and I'll continue. Oh, well, I've got the experience. Oh, and so I might as well spend it, but I've also got souls, so I'll spend those first before I actually spend the souls that I've got overall. So I'm doing okay, I think. So let's see how many strength we can get. Was that 6 levels? 6 levels in one go, which is quite nifty. But that might have hurt my ability to upgrade my weapons, because you also need to spend souls to reinforce them. So there we go. So I only need 200 and I've got 645. There we go. And I can upgrade them twice. I can upgrade my hand axe twice. There we go. So hand axe plus 2. Don't worry. Don't worry, Oscar. I'm not going to get killed by this horrific Titanite demon here. So yeah, this is quite a bit of an obstacle, and that's essentially the sense in which I attack Titanite demons. They are in the way often, and so if they're in the way, I tend to kill them. But sometimes, especially later on in the game, they're so powerful that I just tend to opt to walk around them. So if I die to this demon thing once, in a second, I'm probably just going to run around it because I don't like these things. It will drop Demon Titanite, which will be able to upgrade certain specific weapons. I'll try and use now for the Estus. It has a really, as you can see, really wide attack area, and this area is filled with clutter, which makes moving around difficult. So don't be surprised if I get killed. And also that thing in its right arm, or its right hand, if it picks me up in that, I will die. And there have been previous times when I have got it down to its last little sliver of health, and then it gets me with that weapon and just absolutely decimates me in one hit. Or rather, it hits you and then it just shakes you and batters you into the ground, which is not fun. So just preempting my imminent failure against this creature. But yeah, I might kill this thing. It's possible. Don't hold your breath. I've not even done half its health yet. It's because it's a real sort of damage sponge, and with a wide attack range, and also just very powerful. So I'm not a fan. But yeah, let's see if we can get through this. Okay, that could have very nearly been death. But at least I've got the my upgrade in my Estus, so I'm getting more value in heals per swig. It's this whole thing of each attack that I block takes a huge amount off my stamina gauge. Also, a thing that a lot of new players tend to do is they keep up their shield the whole time, which then means that their stamina bar will recharge slower. So if you notice that now, see, I'm holding it up and it's recharging slowly. Let go, and then it does it a lot faster. So something like that can be the difference between blocking and not blocking a hit. It's always difficult to know when it's got me with that weapon. I'm just going to back off for a second. Hopefully it won't start doing its lightning attacks again. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Titanite demons. Better watch out. So it's getting near to the end, which means I'm probably going to die to it in a second. See, its slow, sweeping attacks make it look like it's... Oh, don't worry about it. It's probably not that difficult of an enemy to defeat. Oh, come on. See, now I'm just trying to get the attacks in, which means that I'm definitely going to die. I'm definitely going to die. There we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh! Might as well. This will hopefully be my last swig. I might go back to the bonfire. No, actually, no, I won't. There we go. We've killed the Titanite demon, so that's not going to be a problem later on. Whew. Now I can relax. A little bit, at least. So, now we're in a new area. Darkroot Garden, I think it's known. And we've got to watch out for these things, which have got like vine tentacles. They have 2 attacks. They've got like the vine tentacles ones there, which are ranged, and also like a sort of close range one, which will sort of jump on your head like a face hugger or something. We'll see if I can get them to do it now. No, that's still a vine attack. Basically, I'm just trying to... So there are attacks where I'm sort of like moving... So I'm trying to work out through the tells like what move they're about to do. Are they going to do the ranged one, in which case I can start walking towards them, or are they going to do the close one, which is more of a problem, and then we can just knock them off and still get the souls, but not necessarily always get the item that they drop, if they drop anything at all. So go carefully and kill this one first. Although by the time... There we go. See, there's one on the right. Ah, they were about to do the leap on your head attack. And so it looks like it looks like they're doing like little grabby arms rather than a ranged sort of whipping attack. That's when you've got to worry. Right. So there we go. The vine. Oh no, no, no! Back off! Back off! Back off! Get one more swig in. Just slightly beyond the range. But at least I know with these enemies, because they're not sort of like humanoid, they are not likely to use Estus to recover. So I can be a little bit more patient. And now it's one-on-one, so it's not much of a problem. There we go. There we go, and I'm dead. Ah, purple blooming moss clump. So basically, as I was saying in the previous video, poison, it lasts for a long time. So if you don't have a poison recovery item, you'll probably go through several Estus swigs. This area we can't open just yet, but it opens up from an item we get from Andre, the blacksmith. So we'll just go here, and if we just do a little roll, we find another bonfire, which will be very convenient for the coming boss. I can't level up just yet, so we're just going to press on. So one of the things about the way you play Dark Souls is that if you go through cautiously, you often find that you'll get assaulted by a lot more enemies. So if I go in there and pick up that item, then every time I come here, there will be more of those mossy enemies. But if I don't go there, then I can just go through fine. Now, I can actually get through this area without fighting any of these enemies, but I want to just show you what they're like, because I like them. So that just very slowly lumbering up this this boss here. Well, not sorry, boss, but he looks like a boss, doesn't he? So it does this magic attack which slows down your movements, which means that you can't get attacks in. And so, but it works in sort of like a radius from the enemy itself. So see, when I get further away, it's not an issue, and then I get closer and it is. So when the magic's up, it's ideal to just concentrate on defending. And then of course, if it I'm not sure whether this is meant to be just like a living suit of armour, or if it's meant to be an actual person. I think it's probably more likely to be the former. But anyway, they're quite a good source of souls, so if you're struggling around this point in the game, these are quite good enemies to sort of grind against. And indeed, that door I showed you before, that's another good place. Beyond there is another good place to grind when you unlock it. I think it costs about 10,000 souls to get the key to that beyond that door. But if we go to this left through like left here and then just run here past this enemy and another one here, we can get to the boss without needing to fight any of them. And then of course, because I've see, doesn't seem that interested, because I'm still in human form, I can summon this NPC co-op partner here. And of course each one of these has sort of like their own sort of lore surrounding them, even if it's only simple little bit of lore. But Beatrice can generally kill these things in one hit when she doesn't just fire into a wall. See, just dead in one hit. So if you want to like take her back into that area, probably a little bit of a help for the grind. Basically, the enemy I'm about to fight is like a ranged enemy, so you don't get much of a chance to hit it when, like me, you're a melee character. So it helps to have Beatrice on hand, but there are still ways of actually getting it. There's a space in the attack pattern, so we're going to be on the defensive most of this, so we've got to just dodge the whole time. So there's like has that attack, the butterfly has that attack, and then also like one where it's more sort of like specifically targeted at you there, and I've got to heal. Oh no, see, Beatrice is in the way, and this is one of the issues you sort of have to face, which is that every character sort of has oh no, I'm gonna die, probably. See, here we go. This is where the butterfly sort of like gets up and close, which is the only point in which a melee character can actually attack. So we see if we can do a jump. Oh no, we've got to jump back. Right. So hopefully Beatrice's magic will hit, and I hopefully won't die. There we go. Moonlight Butterfly is taken care of, thanks to an NPC who has abilities that I don't. And I'm out of Estus, so I don't need to sort of trudge back through that area again. Is it in my my currently equipped items? No, it isn't. I'm going to look through here and remove the goal. What am I going to remove? I'm going to remove humanity, because obviously that's sort of very precious. And I'm going to, like, no, I don't need to do that. I was trying to use that as an item. Equip the Homeward Bone. So as an item, I'm going to use the soul of the Moonlight Butterfly. Or we're gonna look at the descriptions, because a lot of the bosses have their own descriptions. Soul of the mystical Moonlight Butterfly, which flutters in the Darkroot Garden. Special beings have special souls. The butterfly's soul is the creation of Seath the Scaleless, used to create a huge amount of souls or to create a unique weapon. So I'm assuming that because Moonlight Butterfly's attacks are magic-based, that the weapon itself would also be magic-based. Watchtower basement key. See, this is the thing, is that I'm trying to remember which keys open which areas, and it's kind of difficult for me. So now I'm going to use the Homeward Bone to take me back to the bonfire behind the illusory wall that we saw before. And I think we're going to try and get the next boss, but this is going to be... it's a boss that's pretty notorious for being quite difficult to kill. So what route are we going to take? Right. Might remove that just in case. So how many have I got? I seem to have... See, 15 black fire bombs. Now these might be quite useful in the coming boss fight, because the boss is kind of cheap in places, and it's generally considered to be, because it's cheap, one of the hardest in the game. So it's one of those bosses where you kind of like, oh well, if I cheat against the boss, who is kind of a cheat themselves, it feels kind of fair, you know, just in this sort of the general rules of it. Did I use the Moonlight Butterfly Soul? In any case, I'm going to use it in a sec, if not. Just because, obviously, if it's some kind of magic weapon, I won't be using it. Basically, the only weapons I'm going to be using are this weapon I'm using and basically like a great axe. But I don't really have... It'll be a while before I can use the great axe, basically. So... what am I doing? I'm going to use the souls I've got. Not that I really need to. I wish it didn't close the menu when you pop the souls. See, of course, it gives you like a warning message because obviously, you know, you only get one soul of a boss per playthrough. Right, come on. Get back. Let's see if we can just kick it off. There we go. There's actually a whole other area down here, although I won't be going there just yet, I don't think. But it's sort of connected, and indeed you can see, I think it might be that tower there, or maybe that tower there. I think it's that one. Basically, it connects back to the Undead Burg, where I pointed out that that door, that locked door just before the Taurus Demon. And that's actually kind of where I'm trying to go. So maybe I should do that now. Let's just check how much Titanite I have. Or do I not? Oh, just got Demon Titanite. So basically I should there's no really any reason for me to go back to Andre. So I might as well go through here, actually. So, let's see what's going on. Yeah. Because the issue here is that, again, there are non-respawning enemies. Well, see, let's just see if we can get this. There's like a little Titanite scrub, and if you can kill them quickly, you get like a limited amount of time to kill them before they teleport away. And if you can kill them, you get like a little drop of Titanite. Let's see if we can get it. Oh, come on. I'm running out of stamina, and there we go. But they do respawn, thankfully, so you don't just get one chance in the whole game to get the Titanite. Right. And I might show you one of my favourite things. And you can tell from me giggling that it's a thing that not everyone will like. And the thing that frankly frightened me the first time I saw it. So... I'm trying to be careful not to fall off and die. I think it's that way. I think that's the way back up, and that is the way to the bonfire. There's a bonfire and an enemy who is quite powerful. So just going through this area here, let's go very slowly, and you can see these guys glowing here. What are they? They seem to be... What they seem to be. They're made of crystal, basically. They are crystal golems. And they like to clip against the environment. Let's just see if we can take them on one by one. And what is this beyond the tree line? Basically, there's a gigantic enemy, a gigantic optional boss who I don't know if they're of the ilk where we actually get to see their health bar. But in any case, let's see if we can attract their ire. See beyond the trees, we can just see like a little bit of shuffling around in the water. Basically, what it is a massive, massive hydra. It'd probably be a good idea if I can take care of these enemies first. See, this is not a good idea at the best of times, especially not after me killing a boss and also still be carrying the souls and not having rested at a bonfire closer. So maybe... so I'm just weighing up in my head, do I take these on and thin their numbers? Or do I just run past and get to a bonfire? Because there's a... here we are, the Watchtower basement key. And watch out for this guy with a massive shield and I think it's like a dragon tooth who will kill me in one hit, and god damn the camera. Right, okay. So this will lead me back to the Undead Burg, which is where we want to go. Where is the locked door? I think it's this floor here. We just got to keep running so we can hopefully be enough ahead. See, this is... you'll remember this bit. This is where the guy dropped the... rolled the flaming... I don't know what it was. Flaming barrel on us, and we got the gold pine resin, which we haven't yet used, thankfully. Still got a fair amount of time. Right. So, Estus. We'll do one swig. And this will lead us back to the area where we... Of course, this is the area where we fought the Taurus demon. So everything in Lordran is quite nicely connected, and I would generally suggest that it is probably the best, and I know a lot of people don't like the term Metroidvania, so I'll just say it's one of the best designed, connected environments, singularly connected environments in a game. So we'll open that with a basement key. So the basement key, that I think where did we find that? I seem to remember we didn't find that on the Moonlight Butterfly, so we didn't really need it to get here. See, I'm not good with everything. Ah, yes, and this will open up the shortcut back to the bonfire in the Undead Burg. Of course, as we saw, it would take us, the area we're just in, led to the ladder. The ladder which kicks down above this bonfire, in the bridge above. But at least now we'd... see, it's the ones you don't remember that are the problem. And so there we go, and you are dead. Now let's just check, have we got any more souls we can eat? There we go. And so let's put more strength. So we can level up 4 times, although if we kill a couple more enemies, we can probably level up once more, just for good measure, because every little additional bit of strength will help with the coming boss, who is one cheap person. So yeah, this is the problem that a lot of new players have, is that they tend to think, oh, I'll put a little bit into this, or I'll put a little bit into this, and they end up like sort of being a jack of all trades and master of none. And that's the one way to really struggle, especially in the early game. And that's why I'm able to get through these bosses as quick as I have. It's not quick by probably standards of most players who know what they're doing with the game, but by my standards at least, I'm doing all right. So I'm going to wait here just to see if these soldiers come down, and they do, because otherwise I'm going to quite easily get outnumbered, and getting outnumbered in the coming area is very easy and also a big problem. So let's just very slowly walk out and let's see if we can attract these dogs, who are horrible, horrible things. You don't get a very Oh, I should probably wait in this sort of like little corridor bit here, and then there we go. There we go. We've got one down, and see, there's like a slight little drop there, which meant that they couldn't jump. Have I killed the one who was standing there? Yeah. Oh, they might have got burned by the fire. So now I've got to be very careful because there are thieves around, and they wait in these houses at the side, and they and see, there's one behind this door, but I cannot open this door. So I need to walk forward a bit and wait for them to come out themselves, and then run back. And thankfully, once the doors are open, every sort of like time I respawn, because that's probably what's going to happen after I face the boss, if I don't get killed by these guys first, because that's also a possibility. Oh, there we go. Just didn't want him respawning. Respawning, healing. Oh no, 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 no. See, these guys are really good at countering you. Oh, no, 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 no. And they also like to just continuously follow you, so, you know, when you're, like, running backwards, trying to find a gap in their attacks to use your Estus. I'm sure that there is probably a way of knowing when to attack, like, so that you don't get parried. Sorry, I'm just shifting my, the way I'm sitting, so that because my leg's going dead a bit. Okay, so we've got another few thieves and a couple of dogs. So these doors are going to open in a sec. Let's just see if we can... There we go. Let's just do a quick jump. Oh, see, these guys have really fast attacks, so they're able to interrupt my attacks, which is a big problem, even with a weapon that attacks this quickly. So as you can imagine, when I originally played with like a much heavier axe, that was a much bigger problem. Oh, this is essentially what I assume what this area is meant to be teaching you about, which is about like enemies who are not that difficult on their own, but they have like a really fast attack. See how sort of relentless they are in pursuing me, that I haven't had the opportunity to swing my Estus. There we go. I'll just hide behind this pillar, and let's go out. There we go. One's dead, and the other one doesn't seem to notice. Although they're kind of facing me. There we go. Okay, I think that might be every enemy between me and the boss. You'll notice there's just a little fog gate ahead, which is where the boss is. And basically brace for me to probably die immediately. Because the boss is flanked by 2 dogs. So if the boss doesn't kill you in its initial sort of charge attack, the dogs probably will. And I've only got 3 Estus swings as well, which is not good. So if I die here, I'm gonna kindle the bonfire I was just at. So to make it easier, there's also no one who seems to be doing co-op in the area at this time. So I'm just gonna have to do it alone, as I often do in this area. So there's an area just to the right here, which I'm gonna try and run into to try and dodge the first attack and maybe kill a dog. Oh, right. So there's one of the dogs, and that was, of course, the opening attack. So, like, right, let's see if we can kill this thing. Did you see what I mean? And I'm dead. There we go. So the Capra Demon is very... It's sort of like... The beginning is the hardest part of the battle. After that, you can sort of be cheap yourself. There's an area where you're not entirely safe from attacks, but it's definitely more difficult for the demon to get at you. But it also helps that once you've got the dogs down, then it gets a lot easier. So I'm just going to pop a Twin Humanity so I can reverse hollowing and then kindle this bonfire once. to increase my Estus limit. And then I'm going to run past the enemies here and have my second attempt at the Capra Demon. It was basically assured that I would die. I mean, I don't have an exact strategy down for killing the Capra Demon. I just have sort of like ways of reducing the probability of failing, but failure is always going to be an option, a possibility for me because of the way that the boss is. And but thankfully, you know, you sort of, there's sort of like a little bit of an alcove, there's a stairs on the left, and there's a little bit of an alcove at the top of the stairs, which leaves you... Oh no, I forgot to kill these guys. This is going to cause problems. Oh, right. So let's just swing this now before the dogs get me. Right. There. One. Still not killed the first one. There we go. Both dogs are dead. And we're already down to 8 swigs. But we thankfully managed to stave off bleeding, which is what that current status ailment has been. That thing building up. And then we burnt the dog. We attacked the dog and then burnt it. But thankfully these thieves will be easier to take on now. So, but I think they're going to come out. They still come out in their groups, even when you've just aggroed one of them. But it gets a little bit easier. Oh, but of course they're so nimble that they can just walk slightly to one. Oh, better drink. Oh, come on. Oh, god damn it. See, I hate these guys. I hate these guys. I hate these guys. And of course the problem is I'm backing my way towards where the wave of dogs are. See, I think that might be the I'm going to parry you thing that he was doing there. You know, like the Balder Knight when they raise their rapier to let you know. So I've not got too long left. I've got long enough for one more attempt at the Capra Demon. But I think that's going to be it. So, oh, I'm already down to 5 swigs. And I had 3 when I faced the boss last time. So, but at least there's only one more. Wait. Right, there we go. It probably would help to maybe grind a little bit, but to be honest, as I said, it always feels like there's an element of luck with this boss. So is the third one in here? There we go. Oh no 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 no! Oh, right. And there's another dog. So let's just see if I can go back to where that pillar was that helped me last time. Let's see if we can get the dog stuck on some bit of environment to help me to help me heal. Go on now. Now's the time. And more noisy neighbours. Brilliant. The dog could just dive at me at any time. I'm abundantly clear of that. There we go. Right. Okay, so here is my second go, and if I fail this will probably be my last for a while. I only have one more. Oh, see, this is the thing. I've only got like a little sliver of health missing, but do I drink the Estus now, because I won't get much opportunity in about 5 seconds time when I inevitably get hit by either the dog or the opening attack. So what do we do? Okay, I'm going to use... I don't even remember what the weaknesses of the boss are, but I'm going to apply lightning damage to my axe just in case, just in case that, on the off chance that will help me. Oh no, I'm already half dead. Right. So, and I'm not able to pick up the souls. Now this is the little thing I was saying about, and I'm gonna... this little area where I'm sort of half safe, and I'm still getting attacked by the boss diving, and so yeah, this is a difficult boss to sort of calculate your way through. Right, there, one of the dogs is dead. Do I drop on this guy? Do I throw black firebombs at him? I am dropping black firebombs because you are one cheap son of a bitch, and that's what you deserve. You deserve cheap strategies because that's what you do on me. Okay, the idea is I'm wasting them here, but thankfully I'm probably never going to use them at any other point in the game. So I'm just going to use these and then probably try and finish off by dropping on the... No. Let's see. Right, that's my sort of reward for stooping to the Capra Demon's low level. And only one more swig. Okay, here we go. Right. So it seems like the boss is probably weaker to fire. But then, of course, my current only pyromancy spell is incredibly weak and it has an incredibly long charge time. And I have to basically kill the boss quite quickly as well because I'm running out of time on the video. Right. Hopefully I won't have to reattempt this boss. I've killed both dogs, that's the hardest part. Come on. Oh, no, 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 no. Right. Do I have time? No! No! One more hit, one more hit, one more hit, one more hit. Oh, god damn it! Alright. Oh, I'm exhausted. I've run out of time. And the Capra Demon is not dead. But you see my problems there with it. Anyway, I've run out of time for this video. And it ends there. And hopefully I'll get it next time. And if not, maybe I'll skip it if my attempts are boring. But yeah, I've got like 5 bosses into the game, and I think I've earned a rest. So I hope you've enjoyed this little diversion into Dark Souls. I hope you find it fun, and I hope you maybe play it for yourself and you enjoy it. But yes, thank you for watching and spending time with me. Thank you and goodbye.